Mic check 1, 2. You ready?
I'm ready.
Real talk. Chicken and Rice podcast. I want to tell you, say, you know,
Why,
no other podcast now have nothing on the podcast, yeah. You have truth, reality, anything you want to hear, I say I go hear it. Do you hear me? Chicken and Rice podcast with my man Dodge and my homegirl Ray. That's how we are do it. Reggae style, all right?
All right.
Respect.
Hey, yo.
Wagwan.
Thanks for sharing part of your day with us. This is the Chicken and Rice Podcast. I'm Dodge P, and I'm here with my best friend, my confidant, my right-hand woman, the most beautiful girl in the world inside and out, my wife. Say hello, baby.
Well, hello, beautiful people, and welcome. I'm Ray, and I'm so excited to share our journey and everything in between with you guys. The best part about it, I get to do it with my husband and my very best friend. I really couldn't ask for anything better than that. I love you, babe. You the shh. Now let's do this.
Yo, Chicken and Rice Podcast episode. Listen, this is, I just want to get it right because last time I got it all jacked up. This is actually officially episode 31.
31.
31.
Okay.
So, yo, before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Father Time and Mother Nature. I visited both of y'all, or y'all visited us this weekend. Most recently, your birthday, Father Time. Today, flooded basement, Mother Nature. Nuts. I spent the last 3 hours cleaning the basement, and what do I get when she come home? Oh, babe, you're musty.
You
Like, what am I supposed to be?
smell a little bit musty. I'm just letting you know.
Yo, your boy been working. Like,
You thought I was musty for the longest time, and it was my gum.
that's true. Facts.
So
That's facts.
How you like that? How you like it?
But there's a reason for my must. Your shit was
It
like
wasn't musty.
hidden.
It was gum. It was a fruity tangerine gum, and he thought I was musty.
To me, it smelled like BO. And it was crazy because, listen, I was trying to figure out what that smell was for the longest time. And then one day I was at work, opened up my desk, and I had a packet of gum that had that smell on it. So I was like, ooh, this is what it is. And as soon as I figured it out, I called you up like, yo, I found out what the smell is. And it wasn't
Wasn't
gum.
you, like I said the whole time.
I thought it was. So what you want me to do? And that was early. Like, I was like, yo, I'm gonna have to leave this chick because she got BO. Like, it was a serious conversation that went through my brain. I apologize since then. My bad. Right or wrong.
I smell like roses.
On most days, except when you chew that gum. But you don't chew that gum that much.
I
anymore.
haven't chewed it at all since you
Good.
thought it was BO.
I'm glad.
Over 10 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your cooperation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that could be a deal breaker. You know what I mean?
I guess. I mean, I knew it wasn't me, so that would have been your loss.
What I'm saying
Not
is,
mine.
Imagine if you thought imagine today you like, oh, baby, you're a little bit musty. And then I'm like, nah, I ain't musty. And then I went around like for like a month.
Well, then you got to wash your ass.
Okay. I'm just saying, it could have been a deal breaker. So, last podcast, it was a little rough. We was setting up a new camera, new set, new everything. And today we getting off to a rocky start, but it's going to be quick because we got to get this one in today. A lot of stuff we missed last week. As you can see, 76ers, Ben Simmons, again, let us down. And we just got finished talking about Ben Simmons like last week. And then guess who showed up? Auntie Green. Auntie Green, Danny Green.
Danny Green. That's his nickname.
I nickname all NBA players. So Danny's nickname from me is Auntie Green, just because he like stiff when he move up and down the court. Even though he's a good defender and he can knock down the corner three, I still call him Auntie Green. So he was upset telling Philadelphia fans that we should not boo athletes when they're not performing at the top of their ability. Yeah, who are on our team. So I assume it's hard to play in Philadelphia as a professional athlete. I don't know, but it is what it is. If you come to play for us, like, you got to give it your all. And that's all we ask for. If you don't give us your all, then we got a problem with you.
Then it's going to be a problem because you don't see 76ers fans ever say anything about Embiid.
Right.
Because he understands the crowd. He understands the city.
Right.
He understands that we expect a certain thing.
Right.
He understands if he messes up, he speaks on it.
Right.
And he accepts it and he tries to get better.
Correct.
Ben's problem is that he
doesn't want to, he's just like, oh, it's just how the Philly fans are, the fans are rough, blah, blah.
Sure.
He never wants to, I feel like, take full responsibility. He has a mental block, a mental issue when it comes to shooting, which is the craziest thing because you are a basketball player, a professional who gets paid millions and millions of dollars to shoot the ball.
Facts.
I mean, even if you're not shooting, you could dunk, you can just drive, you can do something, like you're not even attempting,
Right.
So that's
Right.
when we get frustrated. I had I met, Ben a couple times here and there or whatever at the job. Seemed like a nice guy, whatever. I didn't have too much interaction with him, but he just still seems pretty young and he just doesn't want to take responsibility and just say, listen, Philly fans, I understand your frustration. I'm going to work on it. But then things don't change. He'll have a great game or two or
True.
3 or 4.
True.
Well, he'll get, 20 plus, 30 or 40 points before. And we love that bend. But then we know you're not going to shoot. We know that.
Right.
Just get
Attack.
Exactly.
Attack the basket.
So that's like our major issue with him is that he's very, very inconsistent.
Right.
He's very, then he'll get like 8 points. And then, you're the superstar. You're one of the superstars on the team. You've been, in the All-Star games and everything like that. So that's what we expect is All-Star, action and behavior. And we just feel like we're not getting it. And for a while I was like, I don't want to trade him. I like that dynamic of Embiid and Simmons. But at the end of the day, it's the same thing happening. I feel like I cannot believe that we lost to the Hawks because I think that we're such a way better team than them.
Sure.
And the fact that we're losing by a few points because they're doing this little, foul bend because he can't shoot. We're losing by a few points, and those could have been the free shot,
the free throws.
The free throws.
Right.
So it's just a little frustrating that we feel like he's basically the reason why we didn't beat the Hawks.
Yeah, it's nuts because on that play, I was in Fort Lauderdale, and when that happened, I looked over at Fire and Nathan, and I said, "This is why Philadelphia hates this dude." And it was literally when he passed up the dunk to give it to Thibault, who got fouled from the back. And I was like, Philadelphia hates this guy, and this is why. He won't take a bunny. That's a bunny. We call that a bunny. That's a bunny. He should have dunked the shit out of that, broke the backboard. 2, he's not aggressive when he really needs to be aggressive. And that in itself is very frustrating because, I can't explain it, and I don't know how another teammate didn't say something already, but that shit is nuts that you pass up a dunk to give it to a cutting wingman who you see the defender right behind him. You know that's going to be a foul. But I at this point, I used to stick up for Ben, like, he don't need a shot as long as he's aggressive, but he's no longer being aggressive when it counts. So let's get him out of here so that I can remove from all my 76ers hats.
You got tape on your hat?
Yeah, I covered up the logo because we are dead. As long as Ben Simmons is on the team, we are dead. And I've been a Ben Simmons fan from day one. I used to tell my man Hands, I'd be like, he don't need to shoot. Hands was like, he needs to shoot. And I'm like, nah, he don't need to shoot. You see him attack. And then once he starts to get fouled, miss free throws, he stops attacking, which is pitiful, if you ask me. So,
we definitely we need a trade.
Yeah.
We need a trade, but the issue is who are we going to get?
It's a lot of speculation out there. I won't speculate until there's an actual offer that was accepted. So Thibault balling out for the Australian team. Ben didn't even play for his country this year at the Olympics. It is what it is. So 4th of July just passed. Was that last weekend? Yeah, 2 weekends.
2 weekends ago.
Right. And it's funny because we're not really religious. We don't celebrate a lot of holidays. We don't have the type of family who cooks out every holiday or, does the meeting stuff every chance they get. So what happened was the 4th of July, we were like, we're hungry. We're
just like, we're hungry.
Yeah.
We usually are invited to some type of cookout or some type of fireworks show or something like that. But this year we were just chill. Everyone was just kind of chilling. So we our faux spot was closing early.
Yep.
And
explain to them Sundays.
So I work Saturday night.
Right.
And I usually don't get home till around 3:30ish. In the morning.
Right.
I usually do not go to bed till about 4:30. By the time I wind down, change, wash my face, get ready for bed, whatever.
Right.
I wake up by 8:30.
Sure.
No matter what time I go to bed. I could go to bed at 6 in the morning. I'm up by 8:30.
Right.
So by about 2:30, I crash hard.
Right.
So I slept from about 2:30 to about almost like 4:40, 4:45. I called a spot just to make sure they're open.
Right.
They're closing early. We live almost a half hour away from there, so we're not going to make it in time. So we decided to go check out Rivers, which was Sugar House,
right,
to see if they had like the little outdoor spot. And that place was reserved. Somebody booked it.
Oh yeah, they have a restaurant where you can eat like on the pier, or not the pier, but they have. I guess it's a pier. They have outdoor seating on the pier. Yeah. Where beautiful background of the Ben Franklin Bridge, the waterfront is right there. So for those who don't know, like we do, like we don't have a lot of time to spend together. So when we do get it, we value the time that we have, and like a family tradition. For how many years has it been since we've been getting soup on Sundays?
5 years.
Yeah, about 5 years. So 5 years. You know, every Sunday, unless we're like away or
going to
a holiday
dinner
or
plans.
going to dinner somewhere else, we'll go get pho. Every Sunday for 5 years. So 4th of July, we couldn't do it. So we decided, let's go out and see if we can figure out what we can eat downtown or somewhere. And to our surprise, almost all the restaurants were closed.
Yeah, basically. So.
We ended up getting chicken. Right?
We did. We stopped by. So Sugar House was no-go. Then they had this little thing outside. It was like a little neighborhood party or something that they were throwing.
Yeah.
And they didn't really have anything there. So then we went to see my girlfriend. She bartends at Morgan's.
Right.
So we went there, and I felt like I was at the Jersey Shore. I was like, no.
Yeah.
It was very, very crowded. We wanted to eat. There was nowhere to sit down. So we left there.
Right.
What did we end up getting? We got KFC,
I think we got
or
KFC
something?
or Boston Market or something we got.
Yeah. Whatever. But
yeah, it was nuts. I want to take this minute to talk about just one thing that really kind of pissed me off. 4th of July weekend, we were down, what's the name of the street? Delaware Avenue.
Oh, yes, the cop.
Yeah. So, listen, I swear I don't dislike police, but I dislike dickhead police, if that makes sense. Because all my in-laws are cops. It is what it is. And we know that not all police are bad, but peep game. So we're going down Delaware Avenue. We make a left.
Where you can make a left, there's actual light when you turn. When you make that left, there's actually a light, and there was a car in front of us.
Right. So between the north and south lanes, there's a
turning lane.
A turning lane. So car in front of us in the lane. I'm behind the car.
Already like semi-turn.
Exactly. Already turned in the lane. Not blocking any traffic. So what happens? A cop I swear, no lie, no cap. And I tried to go to my cameras to get it. And of course, the time that this whole shit happened, my cameras on my car was shifting files. So I guess a file can only get so large before it has to create a new file. Well, in between the time it creates a new file, it takes about 30 seconds. So this whole thing happened within that 30 seconds. So I don't have footage of it because I was going to post it. I see a cop maybe 30 yards away. This is how far the cop was. So far that I didn't even pay attention to him, but I saw him because there was a group of them, maybe 3 or 4. The single cop. I thought
it was just 2 cops. I thought it was just him and his partner.
I thought it was 3.
It was like 2 or 3, tops.
Right.
Tops.
So I don't have to say his color. I'm sure you could surmise what color he was, skin color. I don't have to say his weight. I'm sure you can surmise how much he weighed or did not weigh. Dude comes, he kind of walked quickly over to the 2 cars that were in the turning lane. Starts yelling at the car in front of it. You can't turn here. You can't turn here. I'm just like, yo, this dude's spazzing.
So the guy tries to back up and he's about to hit us.
Yeah, he's about to crash into us.
So we're like, yo, so we're beeping.
Right.
So then he stops and then we're also like semi-turned. So he's like, you can't go here, and the guy was like, in front of us, was like, why? He was like, you just can't. So now the light is green for us to turn. There's no signs that say you can't turn. There's nothing, no cones blocking, nothing. So how are we supposed to know when this is where we're allowed to turn that we cannot turn? So then when the light goes green, they're just like, whatever, dude. So they just kind of like drive by him.
Yeah, they peeled off.
They just peeled off. And now it was us. And he was like, now he's coming towards our car.
Right.
And he's like, go straight, go straight. And we're like, dude, now we got to back out of this turning lane to go back down Delaware Avenue. And
so what really pissed me off was that his form of, like, it's 4th of July. That's one. So I'm like, yo, you can't even have a decent attitude on the 4th of July. It makes no sense to me. You out here stealing money on this holiday because you're probably getting paid double time. I don't know about anybody's money, but I know that's the way civil servants and people like that get paid, like hospital workers. Holidays come, they get double time or whatever. So you basically out here stealing money. Second, okay, I'm already in the lane to turn. Let me turn and go about my way. So I'm like, yo, what's the problem? So all of a sudden he starts yelling. And I'm just thinking to myself,
like screaming,
turning fat red face, just the whole everything. I'm like, yo. Yeah. He's like, oh, you holding up traffic. I was like, no, you're holding up traffic, because he was literally in the middle of the street. When I tried to go around him, he jumped in front of the car as to, I guess, stop the car from going. He succeeded, but like, what asshole jumps in front of a car that's moving?
And he was like, when I say yelling, like, get over there. And I was like, whoa, you were like, dude, who the fuck you yelling at?
Right.
Just like that. Who the fuck? Oh, you're not listening.
Sure.
You're going to cause an accident. He's like, you're going to cause a fucking accident.
Right.
We're already turned in a lane that we're allowed to turn in. There's no signs. You were across the street yelling at us to go straight for what? There's no reason. There's absolutely no reason. So then we back out and just go, because his head literally popped off.
Right.
His head popped off.
Right.
It was steam, and he was just so mad.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So we went to the next turning lane, came back down, drove by him and his partner.
Right.
So there was no parking in front of Morgan's because we lost our parking spot from him fucking with us.
Sure.
So I waited in line at Morgan's Pier while you went to go find parking. Mm-hmm. Well, there was a fight getting ready to go, happen with these girls. Right. So now him and his partner walks up. This is, I don't know, maybe like another 50 feet away. Right. So now who's telling the cars that they can't turn? Yeah, there was not even a reason for him to say that. There was nothing going on. Yeah. It was just normal traffic. Even though it was the 4th of July, a lot of things were closed.
Right.
So
it's embarrassing.
Why are you yelling, and why are you so upset? We're already in the turning lane. Just let us turn. Right. So if that's the case, don't be across the street all far yelling at people to go straight when they're trying to turn at a place where they can turn.
Right.
Come to where there's turning and tell them, do the traffic shit, do the signals, go straight. So I just don't understand when people get this power trip, because I said so.
Basically,
well,
that's what he said. Oh, babe. Ooh. Ooh.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
My family are all cops, and I know they're not asshole cops. So when I come across asshole cops, I'm like, why?
Right. And it was
for what?
It was crazy because just that day, earlier in the day, we watched Body Cam, where the cop ran into a burning house to save
people.
A lady. And I was like, yo, I know that these cops right here that are saving lives can't stand police like this one who are just harassing people for no reason. I said, I don't know how they cannot say something about it, because it just doesn't make any sense. And I don't know who they think yelling works on, except little kids. Like, I'm a grown-ass man, bro. You yell at me, I think you a nut. Like, you look nutty to me.
Yeah.
Like, I yell when I play basketball sometimes, and I sit back and I'm like, yo, I look like a fucking nut yelling. But it doesn't scare anybody but kids. And I can see how shit can get escalated when the person of authority doesn't know how to de-escalate a situation.
Yeah, your job is to de-escalate, not to escalate, And it was just so unnecessary. And literally when he walked away, I was like, there's no one even over there now telling people that they can't turn. Like, it was for no reason at all.
No reason.
So it was just, I don't know. Stuff like that just really is very uncalled for. And it's just silly that that's what you're using your authority for.
Right.
It's like, come on, guy.
On
like,
a day when you should just be chilling and
just
making
chill.
sure ain't nobody doing nothing.
You're nothing crazy. Just relax.
Some
like
cops don't know how to chill.
You're gonna give yourself a heart attack for no reason.
Yeah.
And if I was a cop and I had a partner like that, I would tell him every time, shut the fuck up, because I'm not trying to get shot at because you want to be an ass.
Right. And I'm not. I hate to even say this or bring it up. I don't know if it was 2 cars full of colored people, which made him feel this way, because I was in a nice car. The people in front of me were in a really nice car.
Porsche or something. It was like a Porsche.
So you got a Porsche, Cayenne, a Cayman, whatever it is. Boy, Cayenne, that's pepper, right?
Yeah, it's cayenne pepper, baby.
The Porsche Cayman Turbo, because I was like, yo, it's nice. And they had their windows. It was nice Sunday. They had their windows down, all black folks. I think they were from Maryland or Baltimore or DC or somewhere. And then me in the Tesla with my brown wife in the passenger seat. And so those are things that immediately begin to click. Had it been someone of a fair skin, would he have taken the same approach? I'm not sure. But I'm going to say he may not have. And that sucks.
Yeah.
Because Philadelphia is so diverse.
Yeah. But we did have the White March later that night.
Yeah.
I'm happy that there's a lot of people don't even know about it. I'm happy that they didn't get the press they wanted.
Sure.
Because you're coming to Philadelphia, which is like brown, yellow, red, white, black, like
yeah.
It's every single ethnic background that you can possibly think of in the city of Philadelphia.
Right.
And you're going to drive all the way from wherever you drive. Where did they drive from?
For
Texas
some reason,
or
the
something?
news said that the trucks came from Texas, which is hard to believe because they were box trucks, like 4 or 5 of them. They were full of white nationalists or whatever their nickname is this week.
Yeah, so this is what I don't understand, this Take America Back thing. If you're so proud, why do you always have to cover your face?
Yeah, they all have masks on.
Bitch ass KKKs, bitch ass nationalists, whatever the fuck they're. Why cover your face? Because this is like who you are, the core.
Sure.
At your core. This is who you are. This is how you feel.
Yeah.
Why are you covering your face? Because you're gonna get fucked up. Like, basically, you know what I mean? Like, you're scared.
Yeah.
But this is how you really feel. Like, just be, there was a video of this guy being super racist, and he was proud of it.
Right. Until what?
Until somebody punched him. Another white dude came and punched him in the face.
It's so, I feel like.
I don't understand the hate in your heart. Like, why are you so angry? Why do you feel as though you own everything? I don't understand that. You know what I mean? This is not even your country. This is Native American people own this land that y'all took from them. I don't understand the entitlement.
I think they feel like if anybody else prospers, then they won't.
Everyone can eat.
That's how. Listen,
everyone can eat. I hate when people feel as though they have to keep everything to themselves. Yeah. The greed
is nauseating.
Yeah,
it's bad.
It is.
There's enough for everyone, and that's no more evident than look at the top 1% of people. They make 98% of the fucking money in the country.
Insane.
It's nuts. If it was never upside down, I don't know what upside down is. But that's what happened the 4th of July. And it kind of, like, we always see, I don't want to say we always seem. The last couple of times we've been having really nice days together.
It's always something.
Something like that happens. And it's just like, yo.
But I feel like, okay, so we're not confrontational people. We don't start stuff with people.
Right.
But we don't take any BS.
That's true.
So every time we go somewhere, whether it's dinner, whether it's just hanging out, whether it's on a plane, we get in a fight with people every single time. Ooh. There's not a time that we don't like get into it with some people. And I don't understand because we're really chill. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like I said, we really don't take the BS.
Maybe we look soft. Maybe I look soft because I'm a little doughy right now. But like, yo, I swear, I promise you, like, anybody could get it, big, small, short, tall. It don't matter. And it's funny that you say that because I had an incident at the gym a couple weeks ago. I didn't tell you about this.
Okay.
White dude. He been playing with us for like 5-6 years. I assume maybe it could be longer. I don't know. There's like a code that we play by. Once we're in the gym, behind the doors, almost anything goes. Once we get outside the doors, you don't know me, I don't know you. All that bullshit that was happening inside the doors, none of that shit flies.
Okay.
So the dude a lot of people don't really like him anyway because he's smug. He carries himself like he's better than the people he plays basketball with, which is a real strange dynamic because there used to be a time when he wasn't good, when nobody wanted to play with him, but now he's gotten better, and people want him on their team. Okay. That's neither here nor there. End of the game is over. I had on a Markel Fultz shirt, right? Mm-hmm. I'm playing basketball. I'm not a fucking fashion show. So he says, "Yo, Dodge, where'd you get that from? The clearance rack?" And I said, "Yeah." Laughed it off. Whatever. So then we get outside. He's by his car. I'm getting into my car. And then he says, "What do you do? Lease that?" Yeah. So I was like, all right. Yeah, I laughed it off, right? And it didn't connect.
What's up with the shots?
Yeah. It didn't connect. So later on that day, about an hour later, shit started connecting. Like, what does this motherfucker think? Like, I'm so much more composed nowadays than I used to be because I could have seen myself coming back the next day and putting hands on him. So I just went, we have a basketball group chat. So I just went at him hard body in the group chat. Like, yo, don't question what I have or what, how I got it, this and that and the other. Like, yo, you really don't know me outside of these doors. So keep all your cheap shots inside the doors because once we leave out the doors, it's a different story. And so I feel like now more than ever, there are people of the fairer skin who are pushing buttons to see how far it will go. And I would have hate for that to go left if I didn't have the self-control that I have now. Because I promise you, I would have mopped him. And I hate to say that out loud, but I feel like people think it's a joke till it's not a joke.
Right.
And so he called one of his friends that we have in common. His friend called me, and I just told him, I said, like, he don't know me to play like that. Like, I don't hang out with him outside the gym. Mm-hmm. For him to be questioning, what my money looks like is a real fucking, it is disrespectful because I don't give a shit about what any of y'all got in this gym. As a matter of fact,
it doesn't matter. Who cares?
I stopped taking some shit to the gym because people felt some type of way. I don't know where the hate comes from. I don't know why, and it's got to be hate because when you start throwing jabs at people's finances, I feel like that's a hate. Either you jealous or I don't know what.
Okay, so here's my question with the Markel Fultz shirt. Right. Obviously, it's quite a few years old.
Sure.
He was only with us for
2 years.
2 years, and he didn't really even, he wasn't what we thought he was going to be, that we wanted him to be.
Right.
Basically, what Maxie is.
Facts.
Why would you say you're playing basketball just to sweat and get it dirty and get it ripped up when people scratch you up and everything?
Right.
What does it matter? Like, what are you supposed to wear? Like some polo shirts or some like off-white shirts while you play basketball or something like that? I'm a little confused.
I have no idea what they expect. I said, but you know what was funny? That same day I had on a pair of Milwaukee Bucks on NBA team shorts. Like, you can't buy these shorts.
Right.
$300. You don't say shit about them. You don't say shit about the sneakers. You know what I mean? The first thing you go to is the shirt. Yeah, I got it off the clearance rack. I shop at Walmart. There's no fucking shame in that. But like, for you to call that is funny the first time, right? The second time, it's like, yo, now what are you saying? So it like really pissed me off, and I went hard body for like 30 minutes, just expressing everything that I felt. And the pussy still never apologized, but I gave him a pass because I think that then when he said, he told his friend to ask me if I was big mad.
Oh, because of your license plate?
Yes. And so this is the type of shit that will get his head popped off his shoulders.
No, just next time, just jab him.
Because you don't. Because
just punch him right in his mouth.
You don't know when to stop. You understand what I'm saying? And why don't you know when to stop?
How old is he?
I don't know how old this boy is. He's probably 30. So he's a man coming of age, I guess.
Okay.
But I would still.
Yo, dude, don't make me get my son on you.
Stop.
Don't make me get my son on you. He's 21. He'll mop the floor with you too.
Listen, the reason why there's not more fights is because people want to protect the sanctity of the game. You know what I mean? And then when some shit like that happens, then the game is all fucked up. So yeah, I just don't appreciate people of fair skin pushing buttons. Y'all got to stop. You know what I mean? Yo, while we were gone, when we were off, not podding for the year, like my favorite podcast, like fucking broke up.
Oh, Joe Budden?
The Joe Budden podcast broke up.
People get greedy.
Yeah, you.
I mean, I don't know the whole story.
I don't know the whole story either, but I
heard there was money, a lot of money that wasn't being paid to people who was, supposed to get paid. So
I understand it, and I don't understand it because these are supposed to be friends, right? So if your friends are, he's eating.
Good.
So if your friends, I feel like they hit the height of their stardom once the core got together. Rory's there from the beginning, I think like episode 2, 3, or 4 or something like that.
Okay.
Maul came in like episode 70 or some shit like that.
Okay.
They're up to episode 400.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you've been around and you built the core. I guess they had terms that Rory and Maul didn't know the specifics of the terms. So when they thought they were entitled to some stuff, Joe was like, out of here, get out of here. You're not entitled to this because, this is my shit. And I kind of understand what he's saying. If that is the case, that he's the owner and y'all just work for him. When I had the studio, I had some people who also felt like, yo, this is my shit too. Like I own this too, but they really didn't. And so I kind of know the situation. I kind of know.
Right. I can't really speak on it because I don't know.
Right.
I don't know all the facts, so I really can't speak on it.
I brought it up because I feel like it's bad when money breaks up friendships. But it
happens all the time. Like
it does happen all the time.
Money and friends don't mix.
Right.
Because if you borrow money from me and you say you're going to pay it back and you never do, I'll just take the L on both. But I'll just look at it like, yo, it cost me this much to get you out of my life. So it's just a bad mix. You know what I mean? Like,
definitely.
There are friends that I do trust that if they needed money and they need to borrow money, absolutely.
Right.
But there are other friends that I'm like, no, I don't think you want to go there because if I don't get my money back, we're going to have some problems.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's not even the amount.
It's the principle.
It's the principle.
Yeah.
So whether it's $10 or $10,000, if you tell me you're going to pay me back, I need you to pay me back.
Right.
We need the terms or the agreement of the borrowing and paying back and everything, all of it has to be like, okay, it worked out, because if it didn't and if it, well, this happened and I don't want to hear the excuses.
Right.
I don't want to hear, all that kind of stuff. Just be real. Like, yo, I just don't have it right now.
Sure.
When I get it, I could give it to you a little bit at a time or I'll give it to you all at once, however you want it. But right now I don't have it, even though I told you. Just be real. Like, I hate it when people start lying and making up stories and stuff like that. That's definitely going to be, a problem.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I just don't understand why. And it must be something. I feel like it has to do with money, where he owed them something because he recently filed for bankruptcy.
Oh, probably. So then they won't be able to touch his assets.
That shit makes you really look shady. You know what I'm saying? Sit down, Bert.
Sit, buddy. Sit.
So that's what really makes you shady when there's money involved and you file bankruptcy so the people can't get their money. And for me, it's a principle thing. Like, yo, these your boys and you kind of shit on them. So I can't even listen anymore. And it's bad because that was one of my favorites. Yeah,
I know you really liked it.
I really liked it. And, a lot of people are saying, oh, well, I wish, it wouldn't be, Joe would fuck it up at some point and it seemed like now's the point.
Right.
Sit down, Bert.
Sit, baby.
Sit.
No, you can sit.
Sit. Good boy.
We're upstairs now, so
yeah.
The puppy's up here with us. Down.
Right. So
down. Good boy. Down.
Last thing.
Good boy. Okay.
Sex and the City is coming back. Did you used to watch Sex and the City?
I did, yes.
So I never watched it, so I don't know what it was about. I'm gonna tell you what I thought it was about.
Okay.
So I thought it was about 3 chicks.
It's 4.
I thought it was about 4 chicks just running around having sex in New York City. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no.
Okay, so now they're back and they're 50-something.
Right.
So my impression was they was just 30 to 40-year-olds running around having sex in the city, and now they're 50. What will the show be about? Okay,
so all of my Sex in the City, watchers, what it's about. It is about 4 friends. They're all very different.
Right.
With how, the relationships are and just how it's a lot of fashion in it. It's definitely funny as all hell.
Right.
And I don't think Samantha's coming back, though. She was the funniest
So who was Samantha?
Kim Cattrall. So she was the one who slept with everybody. So she has different stories. She was the whore. So she had.
Is that true? Is there a whore in every group of girls?
I think so.
Okay, I'm just asking.
I think so.
I don't know.
I think so.
Okay. Okay.
But it's kind of hard to say too because I have like so many groups of friends.
Right.
I probably have like 15, 20 different groups of friends of like, 4 here, 3 here, 2 here, 4 here.
Sure.
But I think pretty much, yeah. But so they did have their, little sexual escapades and things like that. So it's real funny, but it's also like relationship based.
Okay.
So, and Carrie is a writer, so she writes about these things that she goes through or her friends go through, and she writes like a column or something like that, or for a magazine or something. I don't know. It's been so long. Okay. But it was a great show. It was a great show. I'm sure the writers always did amazing.
Right.
Even the movies were decent. I like the show better than the movie because you get, it builds up over time, over the years with the stories and everything.
Right.
But I'm sure they'll figure out some stuff. I mean, it's not like you stop having sex at 50, right? So
I don't know what women do at 50. I'm just saying, like, what can the show be about? And if none of them tied the knot, like, I'm just confused. Is it like a new age Golden Girls or what? Because
we need to actually, because you would love the show. You love relationship stuff. I usually don't. You would love Sex and the City. It's hilarious. And I think we need to actually watch it from the very beginning because I don't remember a lot of it. This is over 20 years old.
Right.
And it's great. It's only half-hour episodes.
How many seasons is it? Do you know?
I don't remember. But it's really, really good. Very, very fun to watch.
Maybe I'll find it after we finish Mayans, but because I'm confused as to,
it's really good. We started Mayans. There's so much to talk about. And he, this is the last thing he talked about. He forgot to talk about, my birthday the other day and all this good stuff. But whatever.
Right. No, because I don't know how you feel about your birthday. I keep telling you getting older. You keep like I'm not old, and I'm just like you married though already, so you good.
Listen, I'm 30 is the new 20.
Okay.
40 is the new 30, so right now I'm 28.
I mean, if you say so.
Wait.
No. What do you do?
I don't know.
No, listen. You're beautiful. You've always been beautiful in every way to me. Like, that's why I proposed. So I just joke with you about your birthday.
Yeah, not for anything else.
What'd you say? What do you mean?
That's the only reason why he proposed.
That's not why. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying, like,
I'm messing
there
with
is
you.
there's no, now when you turn 40, then we might have to have a talk. But I'm just saying.
Well, we got 12 years, so don't you worry about it.
See, that's cap. Whoo, jeez. Lordy, look who's 40. So
I am not 40 yet.
See how you react to.
I'm not 40 yet.
Right, but there's no. What's the?
In 2 years. In 2 years, I will be 40, and then we're gonna do something crazy like bungee jump off a waterfall or something.
You'll be 40, and you have been married for over a decade. That's nuts.
I'm married for over a decade now in my 30s.
I'm just saying. And there's some.
Our 10th anniversary passed in February.
Right.
So we have been married for over 10 years now. And we've been together for almost 13 years.
Facts.
So it's a little bit, it's like, wow.
Right.
That went by really fast.
And so that's what I'm wondering what these 50-year-old women are doing, not being married. Because.
Well, like maybe some of them are married at this point. We don't know what story they're going to write now because quite a few years passed since.
Well, who was always doing it with Mr. Big?
That was Carrie. She's the main character. Carrie. Mr. Big?
Yeah, that's the only name you know. That's the only name I know.
That is hilarious.
Yeah,
he was somebody that she always had a thing for. She always went back to,
right.
And they, always broke her heart. And then I think they got married in the movie. I don't remember.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. They were supposed to get married. They may have gotten married. But
it is what it is. Like, I feel like if you're 50 and you're unmarried, you might end up living life with one of your girlfriends.
No, I don't believe that. I feel like when it's time, and when you're ready, you're ready, and there's no need to rush it. And when you least expect it is when it's gonna come.
Right.
And I feel like that's how it pretty much always is. When you least expect it, you can't go around looking for it. It's gonna find you.
Yeah, but you have to
just like you found me, or I found you.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
No,
whatever.
You found me.
I found you. You didn't want nothing to do with me.
That's facts, but it wasn't
for a photo shoot, not.
What else would you have found me for?
Whatever. I'm just letting people know who didn't listen to the first episode yet, and the story of how we met.
Yeah. So yeah,
I mean, have an interesting.
But it was good
story.
because I wasn't ready. Like, speaking of marriage, like when I met you,
right?
Like when we finally linked up for the shoot, and like almost immediately after, like I was ready to be married, so I was looking for a wife. You understand what I'm saying? So, had we met a year earlier, none of this shit would probably be going on right now.
Yes, it would. I would have turned him.
Nah, I'm not sure.
I would have turned him.
I'm not sure you would have been ready a year prior.
I was.
To be married.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, I would. Because
okay.
I was engaged at 18, 19 years old.
Right. Okay.
So, I always wanted to get married and everything. That was... something that for sure I wanted to do. I only wanted to get married one time.
Right.
And as of right now, I've only been married one time.
What you mean as of right now?
As of right now, just in case you want to mess up.
Fuck out of it. What are you talking about? I told you, once I'm gone, you're going to be like, you and your girlfriend's going to move into here.
No, I'm just going to get a whole bunch of pit bulls.
I am set right.
I'm just going to get a whole bunch of pit bulls. That's all.
Listen, I set the bar high for whoever comes behind me if there is somebody who comes after me. If something happens to me tomorrow and then you spend 10 years mourning and then you decide you want to link up again.
10 years?
Yeah, 10 years. It's gonna take you 10 years to get over me. Whenever that happens.
I would never get over you.
Right.
I would love you forever and ever and ever.
So, and I set the bar high like that. I wanted to show you all of these things, how life could be, so that when the next motherfucker come, if there's another one, he has a fucking high bar to hurdle. And so I think I've done that, but I could be wrong. Who knows?
Well, I'm still here, right?
Oh, you still quiet, but you...
But I'm still here, though, right?
I mean, that's what you say. What, you going somewhere? Oh, boy. Sparky Bird. Thunder got them all flustered.
Very anxious right now.
Yeah. Oh, Berg.
He want to be on the show.
Berg.
He want to be on the show.